It's good to have you join us on AD4TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. The President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, this Wednesday, at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja, Nigeria, swore Dr. Folashade Yemi Esang as the head of civil service of the Federation. The President approved the retirement of Winifred Oyoita from that position and her replacement with Dr. Folashade Yemi Esang. America's former President, Joe Biden, scored victories from Texas to Massachusetts this Tuesday, revitalizing his presidential bid. However, his rival Bernie Sanders won the biggest prize with a win in California that ensured him the drive for the Democrats' nomination fight for the likely future. A Democratic Party that once featured more than 24 candidates has transformed into a two-man contest. Talking judiciary, Justice Danlami Senche of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja, Nigeria, this Wednesday suspended the All Progressives Congress Chairman Adams Oshomole from office following an application for interlocutory injunction, which asked the court to suspend Oshomole after being suspended as a member of the APC party in Edo State. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Alhaji Sabo Nanono, this Tuesday in Abuja, Nigeria, said fertilizer fraudsters risk a 5-year jail term with the enactment of the National Fertilizer Quality Control Act 2019, which is meant to protect the interests of the entire fertilizer value chain players. With the new law, there will be deployment and retraining of more fertilizer quality control inspectors to ensure proper monitoring and enforcement of the provisions of the Act. The head of International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, this Tuesday at an executive board meeting, backed the summer's Tokyo Olympics and urged athletes to prepare in spite of the coronavirus threat. The Minister of Japan's Olympics, Seiko Hashimoto, said that Japan's government and Tokyo were still committed to the Games beginning on July 24th, and the International Olympic Committee has repeatedly swatted aside any suggestions of a postponement. In a related development, a nursing home in Hong Kong, China, has banned families from visiting inmates following the coronavirus outbreak and has employed the use of robots to protect the elderly from contracting the virus, since they are more vulnerable to doing so given their ages. The robot, called Temi, is an assisted technological solution used in helping the elderly and relieving the work of healthcare personnel while keeping them close to their families through video calls. In the same vein, the Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported hundreds of new cases of the coronavirus this Wednesday as many sick people waited for hospital beds in Daegu, South Korea. The centers say the new cases bring South Korea's total to 5,621, with at least 32 deaths, adding that the virus has spread rapidly through members of a fringe Christian group in Daegu, South Korea. The Vice Health Minister, South Korea, Kim Jang-lip, said the government is working on getting the military hospital that has been handling most of the serious cases 200 additional beds. The Minister of State, Budget and National Planning, Nigeria, Clem Agba, on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria this Tuesday, signed the $18.2 million agreement with the government of Japan to strengthen the network of laboratories of Nigeria Center for Disease Control. According to the Director, Information of the Ministry of Budget and National Planning, Victoria Agbaata, the agreement is in fulfillment of the promise made by the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, to Nigeria at the Tokyo International Conference on African Development Conference in Tokyo, Japan in 2019. You're watching AD4TV Radio News Update. We'll go on a short break now. Up next, FBI awards Nigeria EFCC acting chairman for fighting internet fraud. South Africa's ministers fly economy class as new flight class restrictions kick in. South Africa enters recession. Nigeria re-emerges Africa's biggest economy. More stories when we return. Do stay.
AD4TV Radio, with focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship and entertainment. Will give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube. AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.
You're welcome back. The United States Federal Bureau of Investigations gave an award to the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, in combating cybercrimes. This was made known by the acting head of media and publicity of the Economic Financial Crimes Commission, Tony Orilade, recently in Abuja, Nigeria. According to him, the FBI legal attaché, Uche Ahamdi, presented the award to the EFCC boss, who was commended for his leadership and commission fight against corruption. Following a new ministerial handbook announced in December 2019 by the South African government, all ministers and their partners must travel economy class for all official and domestic travels, as well as international travels, which are less than 2 hours. The Nigeria's gross domestic product grew by 2.55 in 2019, thereby overtaking South Africa as the biggest economy in Africa, as the country again enters recession within 2 years, while Nigeria's economic growth rose by 2.27% in 2019 compared to a growth rate of 1.91% in 2018. Statistics indicate that South Africa's gross domestic product diminished by 1.4% in the fourth quarter of 2019, following a revised 0.8% contraction in the third quarter. Divorce is a legal action between married people to terminate their marriage relationship and the only action that ends a marriage before the death of either spouse. With the divorce rate across the globe, most persons have different reasons for divorce, and these vary from one place to the other. Our correspondent this Wednesday spoke with some people on this, and this is what they had to say.
The cause of divorce is insincerity. You see, both parties tend not to be sincere. You know, you just see a woman, you're liking her because of her shape and the others. Because they are not sincere, at the end of it, when they are married, lots are gradually being unveiled, and both of them may not be able to cope from there. So basically, it's inability to be sincere at the beginning of a relationship.
There are many causes of divorce, but I will just mention just like two. The first is lack of good communication between spouse. Then the second one is infidelity.
Being rushed into marriage is one of the leading cases. So you see, couples don't prepare, don't know each other, or might even have like the different perspectives of life.
A Nollywood veteran actor, Segun Arinze, said that Nollywood is the highest employer of labor in Nigeria. He made this statement on AD4TV Radio's exclusive interview while outlining the various job opportunities available in Nollywood. He said he has seen cases where some professionals, like lawyers, engineers, and medical doctors, leave their jobs to join Nollywood.
You're doing a film that has about 30, 40 people, of course you need hands. You're doing an epic movie that needs hundreds of people, you need hands. So it varies. Your budget, the script, the production values that the producer and the director have, so it varies. But whatever we say right now still doesn't change the fact that Nollywood is the highest employer of labor as we speak in this country today. As we speak, I've seen doctors who have left their jobs to come into Nollywood. I've seen engineers who have left. I've seen military guys. I've seen police officers who have told me I want to come into Nollywood. They quit their job and come into Nollywood. It's the largest employer of labor.
In continuation of our contribution to the Black History Month, which ended in February, AD4TV Radio extends tribute to more notable black men and women who have made their marks in service to humanity as follows. Jack Johnson, who became the first African to hold the World Heavyweight Champion boxing title in 1908. John Mercer Langston, who was the first black man to become a lawyer when he passed the bar in Ohio in 1854. Mary Van Britten Brown, a black nurse who invented the first home security system. The list cannot be exhausted, and will continue with this tribute in our subsequent bulletins. Please share your thoughts with us on our social media handles at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. That's it in AD4TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our website www.ad4tvradio.com. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.